It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? If this is your first time tuning in, go ahead, hit doggone subscribe button, hit notification bell every time I post up new content. Listen, I'm not gonna stay too long because I got an appointment that I gotta go to here in about less than an hour, right? But it's interesting when the next Tuesday motherfucker find out some brand new information, then what the fuck do they go do? They go tell it, which for the most part, hey, look, next Tuesday, motherfucker, I'm glad that you finally got it. That y'all had enough about yourselves to actually really go back and like, well, hold on, wait a minute now. What's really going on here? Because here's the deal. Everybody up until this point, because I was watching the video now, and then they were talking about how China is exposing the US, right? But then again, you got to ask yourself, well, who's exposing who right now? Because here's the deal. You can't do put like this, with all of the child labor laws here in the United States, right? And so for you motherfuckers that's actually like, that's the invented shit or whatever, to cut down costs, y'all carry that shit overseas, like China. I'm just surprised that it took y'all this damn long. I said this same shit on my previous channel. Look at your house right now, and I bet you something in there is gonna say made in China. But y'all so stupid to the fact that this is what these motherfuckers has been doing. Right? That's that's why I call y'all the next Tuesday motherfucker. Especially if you around my goddamn age and older. China don't give a fuck about no child labor laws. Hell. Cause my thing is this. You wash my hand, I wash yours. I mean, now, granted fact, it may be fucked up business, but it's the way of the world, people. It's no different than sex trafficking. People, put like this, anywhere that you can actually really make money, that's what the average motherfucker gonna do. It's just that sometimes that shit is at such of a high level, and as long as you keep hush hush about it, or so-called hush hush, then everything is good. But for the most part, this shit here ain't even scratching the surface. Everybody, just like all back in the day, y'all actually really thought that the United States was gonna go to war with China. No, the fuck we ain't, and we never will. Not because of how big their army is. It's just for the simple fact that it's too much money involved to act like really like, okay, you know what? We're gonna cut you motherfuckers off. Right? But then again, you can also look at it like this. You can actually like really go back. What is this? What was that? 1941? So what? Some 80 plus years ago, the United States did the exact same thing with Japan. Right? They start cutting off shit. You see, this is I mean, now, great the fact, look, I was born in 1973. But just because I was born in 1973, that don't mean that I actually really can't go back and look at shit. These motherfuckers, I mean, I great the fact, what I'm saying right now is not in the history books. It will never be in the history books because it's his story, not history. Or it's their story, or as I like to call it, it's their theory, right? Which is which it may or may not make sense, but it's a cross between the theory and it being their history. The motherfuckers that actually really make that write the books, that put shit in books. Now y'all just not figuring that shit out. Cause put like this, anybody, and once again, anybody that has served this country and you just happen to get orders to go to Korea and just know you can go over there and buy every damn thing dirt cheap because for one, that's where all this shit come from. Go buy a football jersey over there for $20. Come, but like I said, once it come across that water, you paying anywhere from $100 to $150 for a sports jersey, right? And it's almost like these. I mean, I get it. I get it. They just not finding out about the shit. But it's just like it's almost like a lot of you motherfuckers act like really don't do no research. You let other motherfuckers do it, and then here you come. I'm just like, shut the fuck up in color, right? The fuck are you talking about, right? I mean, it's just and see, and this is what the fuck Trump was talking about, right? Bring all that shit back to the United States. Cause think about it for a minute. If they killed all that shit off in China, and that's what I'm talking about. They sit there talking about China trying to expose the U.S. Motherfucker, you let that shit happen. Don't drop your drawers. Get your pussy all wet. Get fucked. And just because the big corporations like Nike and Reebok and whatever the fuck, whoever the fuck else, right? Don't sit up here and get mad because they didn't fuck you long enough. They got their nut. They been getting their nut. Now all of a sudden, they either done nutted on your ass or on your face, right? Now all of a sudden you pissed off because Trump trying to bring shit back. Because y'all still trying to get y'all nut, I guess. But Trump saying, you know what? Fuck y'all. We want that shit back here. All of the jobs that left the United States, Trump trying to bring that shit back. But it's funny though, because the same motherfuckers that's on that goddamn video right now talking about this, that, the third, 9 times out of 10, them probably some of the same people that was hollering about, we don't want Trump in office. We want Kamala Harris. Want the Democrat in office. Now you actually ready to see what this motherfucker is doing? Y'all done flip script. But the thing about it though is this: a lot of you motherfuckers don't never pay attention to nothing. Y'all don't pay attention to shit. And Trump told y'all. Trump told y'all what the fuck he was gonna do. Y'all still didn't listen. And just like I said, I hate to sound like old broke ass rough, right? But yeah, you old next Tuesday, motherfucker. Y'all already motherfuckers hollering about, well, ain't no jobs here, ain't nothing here, and all that kind of shit. It's jobs here. You motherfuckers might not want to work there. And no, I haven't. I'm on my way. So again, people, you know, if I truly honestly thought that you motherfuckers actually really knew how this shit worked, then I wouldn't be sitting up here calling y'all dumb motherfucker, or next Tuesday motherfucker, or ignorant motherfucker, or whatever type of motherfucker I feel like calling y'all. Know what the fuck is going on, people, before you start trashing somebody. Because all of this stuff is public record. You're like, y'all just too stupid. Y'all ain't too stupid or you too lazy to figure out what the fuck is going on. Just like I say, everybody don't follow child labor laws, right? Or even if everybody else do, even if some countries still do child labor laws, right? Or these big companies, they take it somewhere where they can produce the same product, but it ain't got to cost as much. Well, let me ask you millionaires and billionaires the $64,000 question. Everybody wants, well, you know what? I'm going to leave that alone. But let's just say, and y'all already know how I feel about Michelle Obama, right? But all I'm saying is this. She came on and talking about generational wealth. Well, just know that the president, owner, and CEO of Nike, Reebok, and whatever else, whatever other type of shoe motherfuckers is wearing, right? These people, they got generational wealth. Meaning, they can buy all of the pussy they want, right? And it still ain't gonna affect their pocket. But these motherfuckers are so goddamn greedy, this is what the fuck they do, right? And again, these motherfuckers, all of them, they know that the American dollar ain't about shit, but a lot of y'all don't, right? And I done told y'all this, I don't know how many times. August 15th, 1971, President Nixon did away with the Gold Standard Act, making the dollar totally and completely worthless. It's motherfucking monopoly money. And again, speaking of monopoly, I did a show and I called it Let's Play Monopoly. And it's quite obvious. Y'all didn't know what the hell I was talking about then. But now all of a sudden you do. Only because you old next Tuesday, motherfucker. Like I say, it's almost put like this. I always say this. From Sheriff Buford T. Justice aka the late Jackie Gleason. What he saying? What we're dealing with here is a complete lack of respect for the law. And then, and if that don't get you, yeah, I ain't gotta tell y'all what the fuck going on. But see, here's the deal. Bill Cosby said the exact same shit, right? As ridiculous as some things may sound, there comes a time of desperation when no one's looking that you will give the ridiculous a try. And this is on both sides. Not necessarily the United States government, but the motherfuckers that's making the product that each and every last one of us wear. That's why I tell y'all, ain't nobody finna go to war because there's too much money involved. And it's just for the simple fact you really don't know if you're gonna survive it. You really don't know if you're gonna survive it. So everybody just sits up there at the round table, square table, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Two guns going right here. You got your guns going out to somebody else, to the motherfucker that's to the left of you, and to the motherfucker that's to the right of it. And then everybody like this, just wondering, like, damn, can I hurry up and get out of the way? Can I just pull the trigger, hurry up, get out of the way, so I can get out of here? But then here's the deal. The motherfucker that's sitting directly across you, probably thinking the exact same way, but he really want to shoot your ass. But see, y'all know nothing about that. Y'all know. Or let's just say the majority of y'all don't know nothing about that. But see, they're like that. All this shit, what these motherfuckers talk about now, I said that shit years ago. So, like I said, next Tuesday, motherfuckers, yeah, okay, because that's all what the higher ups said. Yeah, but guess what? We got some more shit over there that you ain't gonna be able to figure out. And then by the time you figure that shit out, they already got another play. They already got another plan in play. Y'all gonna, you know what? Eventually, y'all gonna learn, right? What Trump said, make America great again. Guess what? It should say made in the USA, not made in China, not made in Japan, right? Not made in Taiwan, but made right here in the good old US of A. That's all what the fuck trying to do, right? It's almost like that shit, one of my favorite movies. Let's do it again, right? And if you haven't seen it, I suggest you go watch it. But another case, Bill Cosby and Cindy Portier, right? They factory workers, they working at this factory, right? And so they belong to this lodge. But the building, they couldn't keep up the payments on the building. It was either that or the bank wanted it. So they give them so much time to get out. So another case, right? They go out, they go to New Orleans, they go find this one boxer, Bootney Farnsworth, that was played by Jimmy Walker. So guess what the fuck they did? They hypnotized this motherfucker, took all the money what they had, gambled it on him after they hypnotized him, right? So he wins. He don't know what the fuck is going on. But Kansas City Mac, aka the late great John Amos, he put two and two together, found the motherfuckers, told them, hey, look, this is what the fuck y'all finna do. Y'all finna come back to New Orleans, re-hypnotize Farnsworth. He doing sparring. He kicked the dude's ass. Now everybody want to bet on him, right? But then the other group, Big and Smalls, no, not the motherfucking rapper, Big and Smalls, played by another great, may he rest in power as well, Kevin Lockhart. He put it together. And see, this is what this is y'all right here. Because he said, the whole thing is finally come together. His motherfucker said, really, boss? Yeah. Right? And so he goes into it, right? So he like, hey, Kansas City Mac is coming to us, wanting us to put our money on Farnsworth. But come to find out, he ain't got nothing going for it, right? They telling us Farnsworth, but for the most part, they putting their money on 40th Street Black. And then what did he say? After playing possum for all these weeks, and for the suckers that's too late and Mac knows it, and had we not seen this session, we'd have bet on Black too, and we'd have been cleaned out. So, but the thing was, they wanted them to think that Farnsworth was going to win, knowing damn well he wasn't. And that's what the fuck happened to y'all. Y'all put y'all money on some shit, knowing that you really didn't have to do that. But everybody can't go to motherfucking Korea. Everybody can't go to goddamn Japan. And then say, if you do go over there, buy some shit over there, and then then you get back on the plane, you come back stateside, then what the motherfucking stewardess on the airplane give you? They give you that bullshit paperwork. Hey, did you buy anything while you was in did you buy anything when you was in Korea? Did you buy anything when you was in Japan? If so, write it down on this paper. Y'all gotta know how to look. These motherfuckers, they don't tell you to play the game just to be saying, hey, play the game. These motherfuckers is always up to something. So with that being said, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dan, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa. Motherfucker next door, cross street, round the corner, Father's Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. I'm gonna holler at y'all.